Welcome to Learning in the Making. I'm your host, Aran, and today I'm very excited to be joined by Luz Luna, a beautiful spirit with the heart of a maker.
Yes, hello, Aaron. I'm very glad to be here. I'm very excited to share with you guys. And yeah, I am Luz Luna. I love making, I love teaching. I've been working with kids for some years, so I'm giving all my heart and all my engagement to everything related with education.
Yes, it is so great to have you here today, Luz, and to have worked on this project together. I've been learning so much from you. So can you tell us and tell the folks watching what we're going to be making together today?
Oh, thank you, Aaron. Yes, of course. Today we are going to learn how to make a sustainable community on TinkerCad. Yeah, TinkerCad, it's a platform, so I'm going to show you how to do that.
Okay, all right. That sounds amazing. So, I love thinking and learning about sustainable communities. It is something that I always think like, I don't know, if I had a chance to go to college again, university again, maybe I would study like environmental engineering or something. So I'm super excited to learn from you about this today.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yes, well, Aaron, if you are ready, I'm ready. Let's start.
Okay, I'm ready. So for the folks watching, this video is going to be a little different than usual. So Luz has prepared a fantastic project, and this project is actually like a 6-session plan. So Luz is going to be walking us through about 6 different sessions to encompass this entire project. She's going to be giving us a little taste of what each session would look like in the sequence of learning.
Yes. There are 6 sessions, so I'm going to start talking about a little bit about each session. So in our first session, it is all about to understand what is a sustainable community. And the second session, it's about looking at our actual community. So we are going to see all the differences. And on the third session, it is to know how to use TinkerCad. It is going to be our first approach to this platform. And the next one, it is for students to start designing their own sustainable house. So there are going to be some proposals on there, and it's going to be very interesting. And in the other session, also it's going to be interesting because we are going to do groups in order to design the other elements that makes a sustainable community. So we are going to complement all that community, not just the house. Mm-hmm. And finally, in our final station is to put everything together and make all the conclusions. And well, it's all the conclusions, looking differences, looking what can we see there, and the final results of the kids, if they understand, how do they feel there, if they imagine living under, I don't know, all the conclusions. So this is it.
Awesome. This is such a wonderful project. I love the order of the session, starting with defining a sustainable community, then really engaging with our actual environments, and then moving into the design process and the sharing process. I'm super excited. So what would happen in session 1?
Session 1 is to investigate, analyze, and discover what makes a sustainable community. It's all about information of a sustainable community. And as a teacher, we can share a presentation of it and talk about what we find there and list every element. I suggest that to list in a blackboard or on Post-its everything that we notice that it is in a sustainable community. And some questions that I think we can do is what kind of buildings are on there, what kind of transportations, restaurants, parks, everything. We have to visualize. We have to visualize. And some tips for the teachers, it is to ask students to make some research, and during the class do all the feedback about why they discover and what the teacher have to share with them. And all the information, write it down or put the post-its, a blackboard, and analyze. This is all about our first session.
Okay, cool. And in our project guide, in the resources for this project, Luz and I have compiled some resources for teachers to go to find out those examples, of what is a sustainable community, what makes a sustainable community, different pictures, books, videos. So it's really up to the teacher to kind of learn for themselves and then explore what kind of resources they want to be sharing with their students. Okay.
Yes, so there's always new information. Sometimes we think we know. Yes, I know what it is, but there's always new information, and it is very interesting because in a sustainable community, it's not just about what do we see, but it's how do we feel? How can we feel in it? So I don't know. It is going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting to share with students and to realize if, well, I'm not going to say no more because the next.
Yes. Okay. That's perfect transition. So you were already kind of getting excited about session 2.
Yeah.
So in session 1, teachers and students are learning together, what are the elements or the criteria of a sustainable community. What happens in session 2, Luz?
Okay, now in session 2, we are going to analyze and be very, very observant of how our actual community is, how is our environment. So here we can ask our students or invite them to look around, to notice how many trash cans do we have, how many trees are outside, how the street is, even the transportation, and everything that's around us. Maybe we can invite students to go outside their own houses, look at everything, how everything around us is compound. Or if we are at school, we can go outside, we can go to the playground and look around. So how is our actual community? How do we feel? What do we look? How the people is? It's a very sensitive topic.
It is a very sensitive topic. I imagine that this session really invites students to open kind of their eyes, their hearts, and their minds really to their own environment, and see what they are seeing, but also what they are feeling, and how that can definitely bring up some sensitivity. So definitely, asking teachers to be very caring, very understanding, in kind of having this critical look at our own communities and environments, and how maybe even for our students that might bring up different things, right? For this student, it might bring very positive feelings, but for this student, it might bring very negative feelings, and how we can just support students through those observations.
Yeah, we have to be very empathetic with all what we share, and make the environment feel kind of safety for us to feel good about sharing, because sharing all our feelings is not that easy.
It's not that easy, especially in the classroom with other students.
Yes, it could be very interesting. This part is going to be very interesting, and maybe realizing if we like our actual community or we don't like at all. What can we do to change that? If we can do something, because sometimes we cannot control, but there are things that maybe little changes, yes, we can do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So session 2 is a big session. Session 2 is a big session.
Yeah.
Yes. So what will happen in session 3?
Well, in session 3, it is not that deeper, but in session 3, it's about going through TinkerCad. Here, it's our first approach to this program or platform, and we are going to look at the basic shapes and explore the platform. And well, we have to say, Aaron, that this platform, if we are new on this, we have to take some time to look how it works. It is easy because, well, it's kind of easy. It is friendly because it is supposed to be for kids. It's fun for every ages. I recommend it for every ages, but it is supposed to be for kids, and it's friendly. It is friendly. You can move, put, and do whatever you want. It's a 3D design platform. So it is good. Here we're going to look at TinkerCad.
Okay, so session 3, all about exploring TinkerCad, learning how to make the commands and make the shapes and the sizing, and just like
Yes.
kind of making your visual ideas come to life, basically.
You're right. Yes. That thing that you said, it's interesting because it is fantastic that you have an idea, maybe on paper, maybe on your head, and then realizing on 3D design, on 3D shapes, on TinkerCad is like, oh my God, it's like I imagine, or I don't know, or you can also be more creative than you sketch it. So it's great. It's great to use it and to visualize your ideas.
Nice. I'm excited to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens in session 4? So in session 1, we just learned kind of all about, we had our introduction, all about sustainable communities, sustainable houses. In session 2, we explored our own environment, did some close looking and some deep observation. And then in session 3, we just explored the platform. We explored TinkerCad. And now we're at session 4. So what happens in session 4?
Okay, session 4, after exploring TinkerCad, after talking about sustainable community, actual community, well, session 4, it's about doing your own house. This is an opportunity for everyone to be creative, to take the ideas and put it on a sketch. What do you think? What do you imagine that it is going to be in your house? And talking about a sustainable community, that you are in a sustainable community, how would be your house? Mm-hmm. What elements do you see on it? Mm-hmm. So every student might do their own houses, and I suggest for them or for teachers to ask to do some sketches, do it maybe in a sketch, in a drawing, what the idea would be, and then putting on TinkerCad, because I think it's easier, like visualizing the shapes and then putting on the 3D design. Yeah. And I can show you how can we start doing the house on TinkerCad.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my God, I'm excited. Yeah. Here we have a TinkerCad. So I think we are going to share some links with some kind of tutorials for the ones that it's the first time going through to this platform. So when we are in TinkerCad, we can go with your Gmail. You can enter with your Gmail. And well, here there are like all my designs. So if I want to start another one, I have to click on create new design. You can look that we are in this section that says 3D designs. That it is what we are going to do right now. Mm-hmm. There are more options on TinkerCad, but we are going to work on 3D designs. So we have to make a click here, create new design. And this is my work plane where I'm supposed to put every shape. And maybe I'm going through like the session before saying some of the principal shapes, because it is important to teach or to say that the differences of 2D design and 3D design. Sometimes, for example, the square, it's not a square, it's a cube, or here they put as a box. And the circle is not a circle, it's a sphere. Well, for example, the triangle is not a triangle, it's a pyramid. So it's kind of differences between a 2D design and a 3D design. But well, I'm going to start with the house, and I'm going to show you like my preview design. I don't know if you're going to look. Here is the house, my solar panels. I have my garden here with a carrot and lettuce, my bicycle, my tree with a swing here. Yeah. So it's kind of how it is going to look my house, my sustainable house. So we are going to start. If as we can see, here's kind of a rectangle, but maybe a cube, but more larger. So we are going to start with a cube or a box. How can I put this on my work plane? I just have to make a click, and when I put my mouse in the work plane, I can move it. It looks like a ghost, but it's not a ghost. And I put another click, and then here it is. Here it is. I can resize this box, just moving these white nodes. You look? And if I want it bigger or smaller, thinner, I don't know, however you want it. With my mouse, with my right click, I can move how I visualize my work plane. Also with my scroll, if I push the scroll, I can put it, I can move it like this. So I'm going to make taller my house. Maybe I want it, I don't know, yellow. Here I can put another color, select any color I want, put transparency, and our options to edit. Okay, look at this, radius, well, steps, length, okay. These are options to edit my shape. Here I have this shape, and here we have an option that it's named hole. We can make some holes. If I put this maybe here, I can copy, paste, duplicate, or erase, undo, or redo. I'm going to duplicate this to show you the option of hole. Maybe I have my house and I wanted to make it more real. I'm going to make a hole inside the house. How can I do it? How can I do this? I push the duplicate button. It seems like nothing happened, but look at this. This a black arrow or black, like arrow. It's to move the piece higher or down. And well, I'm going to do this smaller. Okay, sometimes it happens. I'm going to push this black node. If I click the shift key, it is going to resize in a proportional way.
Oh.
So here I'm going, I do this. I can align them here in this button. Here I have some options. Look at this. I'm pushing all the center. Look, the center circles. And if I push this button, look what happens. It looks like it makes like transparency. This is saying us that this way it is going to be our hole. And if I select both and I push this button that is group, the group button, oh my God. Okay, I did a mistake. Let's show you. It happens, it doesn't matter because we have this magical button, undo. Okay, I'm going to do something. What happened? Okay, here I have, okay, I'm going to select this, push the whole button, and okay, I move it. I don't want to move it. I'm going to select both. I'm going to put group, and now on my inside we have this hole. Well, right now we can do this for our door, for our windows, and for everything that we want to. But here, because of the time, I'm going to just put the door and windows, just not with a hole, just put it on the on the house. Here, for example, I want you to show you a tip. This button, it is named work plane tool. If I use it, I'm going to select it, and I am going to select the view that I want to edit. For example, I want to edit this view, and I'm going to select. Now I select my front view. Here it is where I'm going to put my door. So I'm going to select my box. I'm going to put here, and notice that it put in the, over this front view. So it's easier for me just to drag the shape on this view, but whatever I want. Also, I can align it. I can align them here, maybe not in the center, just here. And okay, maybe here is my door. If I want to go with my other view, I just want to select again this and make a click in any part. So maybe I want to put some windows here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change it to blue one. I don't know, for example, I want more windows. I can duplicate them. I repeat, it seems like nothing happened, but if I put if I push my key arrows here, I'm moving them, I'm moving it, I duplicate it, and look, it nice. I don't know how to say it, but it just put that in the same distance of our first when I first moved the window. And well, maybe my house is taking some shape. Okay, I'm going to put the ceiling. So, well, here is named the roof. I am going to put it here and just resize with these white notes. I'm going to check it. Well, it seems. Oh my God, it's not here. For example, I'm doing it like with my eye, but we can also, if I push this white note here, it is the real dimension. And if I compare the real dimension of my box, I can put the same dimensions on both. Maybe right now I'm going to let it like this. And well, here is like, okay, I have here my house. Then I can put a tree, I can put the bicycle, I can put more and more things. And here on TinkerCad, we have a lot of stuff. We don't have just basic shapes. We have more things. We have design starters, and we can just browse on this panel a lot of more shapes. We have a friend here. We can put the sunglasses, the eyes, tennis shoes, I don't know, a lot of things. So maybe I want my friend here. Yeah, it's very ah, okay. I'm pushing the shift key to make this my friend in a proportional way. And I'm going to do this. And well, here we can explore a lot of things. Maybe I want a tree here, or maybe more trees, I don't know. Okay, and this is a beginning of how can we do a house. These are many shapes, many shapes, and here we are like getting our ideas about how our sustainable house it would be, but also all about geometry, shapes. How can we combine to do what we are having here, or what do we sketch in our paper? Because it's kind of a lot of work if it's the first time you're using this. So, but it is fun. It is fun to combine all the shapes. And this is an example of how can we do a house. And it's a beginning, and we can put it more and more and more. It's just as your creativity and the imagination is. So I don't know, what else do you think we can put on it, or what is your opinion on this?
I love it. I love it. I think the next, I don't know. I think it's great. I love it. I think what we could put on next is something that helps it be sustainable. Like maybe a solar panel, or maybe I don't know, wind, electricity, or maybe a garden.
Yes, there's a lot of things that we can put on our house. Actually, I can show you because if you look at this sketch, yes, I have things that you said, that the solar panels, the garden, bicycle, and other things. And actually, I have a tutorial of it, and we can show you.
Yes, let's see it. Let's see it.
And so, Aaron, here I'm going to share the tutorial in 3 minutes, but I'm going to say that it took me like maybe around an hour to build all my design, all my sustainable house. But here we have it in a very fast version. So let's see, maybe you can, this is kind of sharing ideas, and then you can complement or whatever you want. Yes. Let me show you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's see. Okay, here is what I was saying you about the holes, the window. On this house, I do make the holes on the windows and on the door.
Mm.
I put the roof. I made the whole tree. The whole tree. You can get it from TinkerCad shapes, but I decided to make all the tree.
Yeah. I love it. It's so fluffy.
Yes. I want to touch the tree like cling cling. Okay, I love playground. I love the sensation of the swing. It's named swing. So I decided to put my own swing in my tree.
Nice.
Then I have more green. I love green in the inside and the outside. Here we are seeing the garden. There are many ways to build a garden, but I put like this. I
Wow.
put like this. Here, it's a vegetable. This is another option that its name is Scribble. You can draw hand-free. And I I use it for the carrot.
Wow.
And I did one carrot, copy paste, well, duplicate it and fill all the garden. Oh my God, the lettuce! I wear two hands together and make that sensation of a lettuce. You
Mm-hmm.
add the solar panels that you were saying.
Oh my goodness. Luz, you have such a creative mind. Such a creative mind.
Thank you.
Goodness.
And it's interesting that our basic shapes. So our basic shapes just putting all together and we can do magic
Wow.
with this.
Seriously.
Sometimes, for example, you're looking that I put shapes and I'm working them in a bigger size, and after I resize them in a smaller size.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you're trying to do it all small, it's quite difficult. So that's why I work them in the original size, in a bigger size, and then resize them.
Okay.
I put the bicycle. Okay, I just put the buttons of like a Minecraft view and a Lego view, and well, the normal view. And that's it. That's it. This is a proposal for a sustainable house. The fast tutorial is just about let's your imagination flow and create and get fun on this platform, because TinkerCad it's just about to get fun and create and create and create and explore. Because maybe I have to say, at the first time when you're exploring something, sometimes you have to be patient because you don't know everything, but well, step by step, and then you are going to be an expert. So it's a proposal. You can imagine something else and create whatever you want. This is a topic: sustainable community, sustainable house, and this is it. This is my house.
I love that it's both like the sustainable elements, but also fun, playful things that you love in real life, right? So like the students should also be creating designs that also have their personality included, the things that they like.
Yes, of course.
Oh yeah, that's what you make me think, right? It's like everyone's sustainable house doesn't have to look the same. They can have the same elements, but they can all look so different based on students' favorite colors, student favorite activities, stuff like that.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, and also you can look you can search for some references. Because of the bicycle, I was like, how was the order of all the shapes of the bicycle? And I was, okay, I'm going to look yeah, a bicycle. Okay, yeah. And then I can put it on TinkerCad. It is right to look for references. So it's okay. And yeah, you can put on it your own essence, your personality, and it's cool. It is, I think it's a great exercise.
Luce, you guided us through how to create our 3D sustainable houses. So once students have had some time exploring and creating and designing their sustainable houses, what do they do in the next session, in session 5?
Well, in session 5, it is going to be more interesting because it is supposed that in the class, the group will be divided on groups in order to design all the other elements that we can find in a sustainable community, not just the house. What else can we talk about before of what can we see, what can we find on it? Maybe the park, maybe a market, a restaurant, I don't know, whatever we can see on it. In groups, they are going to build it. And TinkerCad has the benefit, it allows to create on groups, and 2 or more people can join one like session, and all can build at the same time. Or maybe they are building separately, but then you can join everything. You can get together all the elements. So it is time to work together and talk about it, and what else are they going to build that makes a sustainable community. So imagine, Aaron, what would you like to see in it?
What would I like to see in a sustainable community? Well, I do have a dream to have a restaurant that is a sustainable restaurant that has its own farm together with the restaurant.
Oh my God, I like it. Okay, it looks an open place, and wow, a lot of nature, a lot of things on it. Your garden, your fishes, I love it. Okay, Aaron, explain everyone, what are we seeing on it?
Yes. So I have here my restaurant, my building, and like you said, very open. So it's like inside there is the shelter there, but also like imagining fresh air and people flow in and out. I have the tables inside, some little tables. Up top on the roof, I have some solar panels.
Okay,
Run
good.
on solar energy, so the sun powers it, so no fossil fuels and things like that. I have here the farm, my dream for the farm, that is the restaurant gets its food and grows it right there. So I have
love it. I love it.
In the back, I have kind of like the big, tall trees. And then kind of like the smaller trees are kind of like the fruit trees. I didn't have time yet to like put all the tiny fruits because that took so long time. But these, I imagine like apples and pears and oranges and lemons, these trees here. And then over here, inspired by you, the way I saw you make your garden beds. So I made some garden beds that have some vegetables, some corn, and I don't really know what the purple stuff is, but I think it's pretty. So it's some vegetable, I don't know, purple vegetables.
Any kind of lettuce, because there are many kind of lettuce with purple color, yeah.
Yes, so I love that. I love that color. And then here is a little bit hard to do, but learning and try to make like a waterfall and a pond at
Wow.
the side. So if you imagine, it's like the water is like coming down the wall and it's going into the pond, and the little fish are there. And then there's a sustainable practice where the fish poop becomes the fertilizer for the vegetables. So it's like all the system works together. The fish are happy there, but also you use their waste to grow the vegetables, and it's all just a cycle. What else do I have? I put just some, oh no, I just moved something.
Oh, they are swimming on it. Special effects. Special effects.
Special effects.
I didn't know that, Aaron. I didn't know that that information about fish poop. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's called aquaponics. I think. This one I just put some flower pots
Oh, I love it.
around for just decoration and beauty. And then in the back I put like a little bench there so people can sit down. And that's it. That is my sustainable restaurant for the community.
What do you think was the most challenging thing about doing all your design?
I think for me, the most challenging thing was like just trying to start simple and then add more later. I think a lot of times I start with like really, really big ideas with a lot of little details. And then that takes a really long time, or because I'm new to this, it feels like a little frustrating actually, that like I have to learn how to make what I see in my mind here. So that's probably one of the harder things. It's just like there were some things I was trying to do and I was like, just have to be more simple. Like when I tried to put the fruit on here, I like kept losing them and the sizes were all weird. And I was like, okay, like the fruit is not a priority. I have to do that later. As long as I get the trees there, then that's a good place to start.
It's not about putting every detail, but we can explain the main idea. And for students, for everyone that use this platform, and maybe a tip for teachers that are asking kids to do this kind of projects, I think this is good to say, because your same feeling, your same experience, maybe it would be the same experience for anyone else. And you put a lot of things, a lot of things, and the fruits on the trees, you can explain it, and maybe it happens nothing if you didn't put on them any fruit. So it's okay. I think it looks very great, and it is a very good result. And it is also interesting to look all the differences about how people think, how people traduce the ideas into shapes. Because you do the trees one way, the solar panels one way, and I did with another strategic. So it is great to look at that. Nice. Well, this is our fifth session, yeah, and doing all the other elements that makes a sustainable community. Here, Aaron made a restaurant, very interesting and nice concept of a restaurant, and then I can show you like another. Let me see. Kind of semi-full sustainable community because I started doing a sustainable community. I just duplicate the houses and put another things I'm going to show you, but it is not like complete. We can imagine what else can we see there. Also, I have to say something.
Yeah.
When you are getting all the elements, all the projects together in a same, like you can copy, I can copy what you, Aaron, did and paste it in another project. Then I can copy the house of John, the house of Jose, in Spanish, Jose, and that all the elements of all the group I can copy and paste in one project. But sometimes the computer get kind of slow, maybe. In my case, sometimes it's like freezing, and right now my computer is loading the result of the whole community because there are too many things on it and get some time.
Yeah.
Well, then for the final session, the idea the idea is for us to get all together, all the houses, all the other elements. If there is going to be a restaurant, it's a building, a park, or whatever kids propose to the sustainable community. Here, what I did is copy and paste the house that I create. So here we can see it, right? And I put the street lights also with solar panels. Here there are on the street. And okay, then I put here a charging station, not a gas station, because in our sustainable community, there are going to be electric cars. And here are missing the cars, right? But here is the charging station. And we can look here. We can imagine this. This is the way you are going to charge it. I put here the symbol of the electric connection. And I put some letters on here, but I have to submit. And I think, imagine, here it says charging station. And I have this symbol there. And I have here a kind of park. Then here I have the wind energy, and I have some space to put much more things. Here is a space to put the restaurant, and we can put another things. So it is not like that, the full sustainable community, but imagine what else, what else do we imagine on it? So there are specific things as the solar panels on the street lights on the houses, the charging station, the wind energy. So there are like tiny differences that we can see in our actual community, and that it should be in a sustainable community. So this at this step, this final step is the huge conclusion of what do we create.
I think that this is incredible. I think that you are incredible. I love that your community, your sustainable community design has 3 different types of power sources. Actually, you have solar power, electrical power, and wind.
Oh yeah.
I think that's super cool that it's just like so many different kinds of clean energies. So I love that. I think it's colorful and vibrant and just very cute. I just think this is incredible. I think that it is so exciting for the kids to be thinking about this, whether they're in third grade or 11th grade. I think it's so cool that this type of project is, I mean, almost for every grade level. Um, yeah, I'm just taking it all in. It is so great. I think my final question to you would be, why do you think that this is an important type of project for students to do?
Because we have heard a lot of the pollution, global, how is it? Warming.
Yes.
The global warming, and I think that we should take some action on it. It's not about government and take all the resolutions or everyone else think about it. We can do a lot of things. We can do a lot of things. I didn't put on the sustainable community, but I have designed on TinkerCad all the trash cans with all the colors. There are small practices that we can do in our houses. Maybe right now we can't afford solar panels in our houses or on street lights, or I don't know, but there are small steps that we can do for our environment. And if we can visualize this kind of communities, maybe then we can, it is like our first step to then go through it. Kids always, we always heard that kids are our future. Well, yes. We are going through the years, and well, we are going to make all the changes. We have to take some, we have to be very sensitive about these topics, because the earth is our house. It's our house, so we have to take care of it. So it's very important to make some to take some time to analyze and get sensitive about this topic. And after all, if it's for our own benefit, it's for our own benefit. So actually, on this last station, I suggest to invite teachers to ask questions as if the result was what kids imagined, if they like the result, if they imagine living on there, and how does living in that community could changes your life. Because, for example, the restaurant, I imagine the feeling in that restaurant, like very free, like, I don't know, the smelling, I don't know, it's different. It's very different. And I think it's better. It's better for us. So it's very important to touch these kind of topics since kids. Yeah, I think that's what I have to say.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Luz, for joining us on Learning in the Making. This has been just such an incredible learning experience for me, and I know it's going to be an incredible learning experience for every educator or parent or student who comes across this resource. So I really want to say thank you so much for joining us, and just bringing your just bright and creative and caring self and sharing that here with us today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, because I feel honored being here. And thank you, especially you, because you make me feel good, confident, and able to share with you. So thank you. Thanks to all the team of MakerEd. So